Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It's about damn time that I make a music review about this album. And let's be honest, Kendrick Lamar is on a whole different level. A whole different level. I don't think you can compare Kendrick Lamar to any other modern rappers today. And this album made a lot of these young new rappers say, how can I compete with that? After a long 5-year absence, he finally returned with this album. And this album is very complex. It really takes you on a thrilling journey. So it's just crazy. And this particular album reminds me like the old school album release because there's 2 parts. So you have an hour and 34 minutes of disc 1, which is Big Steppers, and then 38 minutes for disc 2 of Mr. Morale. So this album, I compare it to Tupac's All Eyes on Me, Wu-Tang Clan's Wu-Tang Forever, Biggie's Life After Death, and E40's The Element of Surprise. In this album, Kendrick Lamar, he collaborated with artists like Ghostface Killah, Amanda Rayford, British singer-songwriter Sampha, Tana Leon. It was interesting that Kendrick Lamar also had Beth Gibbons in this album. Beth Gibbons made musical contribution since Portishead's final album to date, which is 2008's Brilliant Third. Mr. Morale has several interesting songs. One of them is Father Time, in which he talks about how Drake and Kanye squashed their beef last year, confused them, and only to realize that he needs to learn compassion, forgiveness himself. And this is how the lyrics go. Guess I'm not as mature as I think, / got some healing to do. Another moment happened, another song, Savior, when he criticized Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving because of the whole vaccine situation. And listen, Kyrie Irving, he's not a guy that I will have on my team, but with the whole vaccine situation, that's the only time that I gave him a pass because it's your body, your choice. So if he doesn't want to take it, he doesn't want to take it. But that's just my opinion. I feel like nobody should be obligated to get vaccinated. This is the line that Kendrick said in terms of going at Kyrie. See the Christians say the vaccine the mark of the beast, / then he caught COVID and prayed to Pfizer for relief, / then I caught COVID and started to question Kyrie. Here are a few of my favorite songs from the album. It's a great album overall. Kendrick Lamar's lyricism, the hooks, the background vocals are just amazing in this album. But I'm just gonna mention about 4 of my favorites from the album. The first one is Count Me Out. Count Me Out is probably his most underrated song of the album. I can feel the emotional connection between the beat and the background vocals of the lyrics. So I feel that it's one of those songs that doesn't get often mentioned, but I had to mention it, so Count Me Out is definitely one of my favorites. Crown, number 2, and Mirror, number 3 are also some of my favorite songs. I like the hook. Kendrick Lamar in these 2 songs are very powerful, but not as powerful as We Cry Together. We Cry Together is my 4th, and arguably the most hardest hitting track of the album. This song made me say, Kendrick doesn't realize, I don't think Kendrick realizes how impactful he is to modern hip hop and to everyone else that admires his music. I mean, his lyricism, his artistry, the way he conveys his emotions in this track is just an absolute masterpiece. Now, it's time for me to give a grade. Overall, I give this album 9 out of 10. It's phenomenal. If you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend you do so. I'm gonna have to listen to it again, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's more things that I discover about this album that I will forget to mention it here, so I highly apologize. If you have anything to add to this video, write on the comment section. I'll be glad to read your comments. And that's all I got for this review. I gotta mention one more thing. Usually I make my reviews short because I don't knock anyone who does 40, 50 minutes or even an hour plus of breaking down each song of the album, but I feel that I like to summarize it overall and make the album review short, concrete, and to the point. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.